perfect sunny day. Everyone together, color the blue sky, feeling the rain.
Hello my friends, let's talk embossing folders. I have 4 that I'd like to share with you today. We have more on our website, but these are the 4 that I want to focus on. First we have the swirls with the ovals and squares. And then on this one, we have the flowers and the dots and zigzags, which are lots of fun. This one reminds me a lot of an Easter egg too, which is really fun. Now, the nice thing about embossing folders is, here's an example. You can put through just half of your card if you want to. On this one, what I did was I took my card and I just put this part of my card in there and ran it through my machine. So now only one side of my card is embossed. And it's so funny, when I share this card at trade shows or anywhere when I'm traveling, people always say, how'd you do just half? And I just show them, and it's so simple, but it's not something you normally think about, which is fun. And then here on this one, let's see who made this one. Anna made this one, and she used the coordinating layering piece for this die set to emboss. So she just embossed that, and she used two-toned cardstock, meaning it's a white core. She lightly sanded it. Now you can really see that embossing. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with embossing folders. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your Big Shot or your Big Kick or your Vagabond machine. These will work in other machines as well. You'll need to use that manufacturer's directions. Now, I adore my magnetic platform. You know that. But for embossing folders, this is too thick to use your magnetic platform. So you're going to put that off to the side, and you're going to dig out your multi-purpose platform. You might have the longer extended version. I have the smaller one here. I'm going to take the top tab or tab 2 and move it off to the side. And then I'm going to thread this through the machine. I'm going to use my cutting pad on the bottom. I'm going to use my embossing folder, and let's do black. Wow, that's going to look fantastic. We're going to drop that on the inside, and then we're going to take our second cutting pad and run that through the machine. Now, if it's too hard for you to push through that machine, you can take tab 1 and move that off to the side as well, but I like a nice deep emboss, so I use tab 1 down. So I'm going to run that through. So simple. Oh my goodness gracious. Now you'll notice this swirl design matches a lot of designs that I have. I have it in stamped version, I have it in die version. I have this swirl design just about everywhere, and now we have a coordinating embossing folder to match, which is fantastic. So that's the swirl. And next I want to show you the oval set. Now the oval set, the oval one is fun because it has little squares or rectangles on the inside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some yellow, just drop it in there. Again, the same sandwich, same combo here. We're going to run that through. And now, oh, I love these all over patterns. They're so pretty. This one you can use either side. You can use this side, which is fantastic, or use this side, so it's just a little different, which is tons of fun. And I love both of those. Now, another tip that you can do, and I'll do it on this one because I think, and I haven't done it on this one yet, I think this one will be really fun. I'm going to use my die ink pad by Colorbox, and I'm going to ink this baby up. And I'm just going to add some ink all around. Now, I don't usually do the entire folder on this. I try to get as close as I can to the edges, but I'm just going to use a smaller paper to add this design to. Now, which side do I do it to? I like to try both. I experiment, I have fun, I just mess around and see what looks best. So do it both ways. You never know which one you're going to like the best. Just make sure you clean it with a baby wipe after you're done. So I'm going to run this through, and I wonder what it's going to look like. This is half the fun. It's always the experimentation part of it. We're going to gently lift this up. Wow, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Now the best part is the ink is on the inside. It's not on the layer. It's a little different than if you were to do this afterwards. So for example, let me show you that. Let me do the same side so you can really see. I want to make sure you see, so it's where it's popped up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly rub it here, and I just want you to see it's a different technique, and I'm just rubbing that down, and it's a totally different look. Same side of the folder, but adding the ink before or adding the ink after, just a totally different look. Lots of fun. Both of them are great, aren't they? So now I'm going to hand this off to someone, and supposedly someone's going to clean that for me. Okay, so now let's look at the other two. The other one, this one is really fun. It's nice and springy, so we'll use some pink paper. This is a flower one. And we'll get our handy dandy cutting pad and we'll run this one through. And let's see what this one looks like. Ooh, this one's pretty. A nice flower motif, which is fantastic, especially when you're going to do some layering and add more on top. I love that. And last but certainly not least, this one that looks to me kind of like an Easter egg. We got to open this package up because this is the only one I have. And I could totally picture this as an Easter egg. But what I'm going to do also is I'm going to just use a strip, because sometimes you don't want the entire background of your card or your scrapbook page to have all of this. I just want to do a strip. So I'm going to run this through because I would just use just part of this design sometimes. And that would be fun. I just wanted to show you how cute that is. So we can use it like that as well. Now, if I wanted to get even trickier, I could use just the dots. And let's tear this one off so I can run it through. But we're going to run it through this way. And we can turn our embossing folder that way. Let's do this. This will be fun. So if you only want to use a portion of that design, you can totally do that as well. I just kind of moved too much. See, can't use the magnetic platform on these. Too bad, huh? So let's run it through this way. Okay, so now we're going to run that guy through. And we're just using just a border to get just a portion of that design. And then I have this look there, which is kind of fun. So embossing adds texture, it adds a different look, it adds beautifulness. Check out all the embossing folders we have on our website, because you know what? I'm sure you'll find one that you enjoy. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
It's kinda nice to have you back.